your walk with Christ. No reference. You've been born again several years, but there's no reference of a season that you can say this is a love you couldn't control with Christ. That's the reason why all that we say keep flying over your head, because there's no reference. Listen, if you don't have first love, the beautiful thing is that water can turn to wine. Today, Jesus can introduce you to what being in love with him looks like. He can take away the heart of stone and give you the heart of flesh. You think it is normal to manage sin. When he comes, you will hate it. You think it is normal that, you see, a believer is supposed to be struggling one thing or the other till his light invades your system. And you discover that the things you used to have appetite for, you no longer love them. It changed you completely, inside out. Just sit down. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Romans chapter number 6, let's read verse 1 and 2. Romans 6. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Look at verse 2. God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Verse 3 now. Know ye not that so many of us were baptized into Jesus Christ? We're baptized into his death. Therefore we are buried with him by the baptism into his death, that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so also we should walk in what? Newness of life. It is not a partially new life. It is a completely new life. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 17, if any man be in Christ is a new creature, all things are passed away, and behold, all things are what? New. Say it loud and clear, all things are new. Come on, say it one more time, all things are new. Our Christianity will keep looking strange until you have encountered the Jesus we encountered. We look like fools. Have you seen people call you fools for standing for Jesus? There are people who look at you now and believe in their mind. That's what they believe in their mind right now. That if there's anybody who is seated in any church right now around the world, the person must be a fool. Have you loved someone foolishly before? That you were doing foolish stuff? Talk to me now. Huh? I can trek for you. I can. What else? Some of you ladies cooked. You make vegetable, make all those things and take it to the place. You are remembering. Have you? Just take it there and say, just. If you were not ashamed to be a fool for love, how then now are you ashamed of the gospel of Christ? It is the power of God unto salvation. Some of you don't longer like to be identified with believers, and they call you as you say, don't call me that name. You want to be in between, where nobody can confuse your stand. Like you want to roll with the world and still rap with the church. You get what I mean? Like someone will understand the perfect blend. You call it wisdom. He says you are diluted. Neither hot nor cold. It's not wisdom. The real Christian life is a distinct life. Distinct. Distinct life. I remember years back, got some guys to pray with me. We're trusting God for a revival somewhere in Ghana. And we've been fasting, I can't remember again, maybe 7 days dry. And while we were in a prayer, God have mercy, we were in a prayer meeting. joining hands. They just came to touch one of the guys. One funny person just came to whisper. I said, your baby's around. Your babe, don't come. So we were praying. You know what I'm saying? We've been fasting for days, no food. Then the guy just removed his hand and just somebody else and then left. And he will camp with that girl for another 3 days. Why? Because there's no foundation. It matters the gospel you received. Let me tell you why it matters. 1 Corinthians chapter number 15. Let's start the reading from verse 1. Moreover, I declare unto you the gospel which I preached unto you, which also you have received and wherein ye stand. By which also you are saved. So it is the gospel that's preached to you that you will receive. Is that okay? And it is in that gospel that you what? Stand. So it matters the gospel. It is by that gospel that you are saved. If they preach the gospel of anything goes to you, you live your life as anything goes. And it is until the coming of Jesus before many believers will understand that they were virgins without oils. Many will look for the pastors who lied to them, who gave them the impression that just continue doing what you ought to do. Just continue. How do you tell a believer that just continue the way you are? As long as you've confessed him, all is well. All is not well. You know a tree by the fruit. And fruit are always vivid. You bear fruit. If truly Christ is in you, it shows with the work of righteousness that you do. We have to go back to the days where being a Christian means being a Christian indeed. Not Christians with capacity for dangerous stuff. And unfortunately now, the line is so blurry that even if you introduce yourself as a pastor, you have to be double-checked. How many people can take their female children, daughters now, and say, I hand you over to this pastor, please pastor her. The girl will get pregnant, aborted for, get pregnant, aborted for, and the fellow will still have the liberty to still preach. We have found ways to demonically combine, compromise, and we call it grace. The silence of God is not grace, it's judgment. The devil doesn't keep secrets for anyone. He's waiting for the time that your fall will have economic value. Be careful. Don't lay the foundation of your Christian works on rubbles. Let me quickly take you into some of the things that I want to show you today. Are you still here? What has changed in this generation that people get born again and you never see them born or become zealous for the sake of the gospel? Why does it look like the blood that saved the fathers was diluted in this generation? That's the question. I show you 3 reasons. Number 1, the kind of gospel they are hearing, the kind of message they are listening to. Number 2, the community where they find themselves, and sometimes even the community of faith. Unfortunately, it is possible, listen to what I'm saying, it is possible to go to a church that after service, girls who hook up with other guys were also in service. And they will do it conveniently. What kind of message did they hear? What kind of message makes you live with someone you are not married to And both of you will hold hands and show up in church and nothing burns. That is not grace. That's perversion. We've got to the point where we now believe that if, in as much as you're going to marry the person, sleep with each other, it doesn't matter. That's not the gospel of Christ. That's not the gospel of Christ. And we keep blurring the lines. We keep blurring the lines. Now boys want to look like girls, and they still attend churches. You wonder what's going on. And the reason why we are raising the alarm now is that if the church doesn't wake up, soon you will not be able to tell the difference between the clubhouse and the church. We are allowing all forms of infiltration, all forms of perversion, all forms of lie. You see, it won't happen in one day. It's little compromise, gradual and just coming. The devil is shifting the goalposts till you can't tell it's a pitch anymore. I've seen it. I've seen the dangers coming. I've seen how they are trying to bully the church and bully pastors into compromise. I've seen it. It looks like you are kind. It looks like you are the man of the people. Till you know you sold them out for acceptance. I prefer to be hated. And when Jesus comes, you thank God that even though I don't like pastor, but he told us the truth. And he helped our home. We must wake up. The Christianity where a born-again Christian is the same thing as the one who never met Christ. If you look at them, their appearance, what they do, what they listen to, what they talk about, what they practice is the same. What changed when you received Christ? What have you left for the sake of Christ? Paul, speaking to the Philippians, says, I count all things but dungs for the excellency of Christ. All things but dung. So we need community of faith where people inspire each other to pray. That's how we grew. That's how we grew. That's how we grew. Listen to what I'm saying here. Anybody that you meet who doesn't inspire you to pray, stop meeting the person. Is there anybody here with some shekere or something like that? Where are those things we used to pray? Please come. Thank you. Bring it. That's how we grew. When you hear my brothers and you go to their house and you start hearing this sound, you know somebody is praying. You know somebody is kabashing. Are you feel what I'm saying here? That's how we grew. And when you meet each other, what you are saying is, can we do 1 hour? Let's do the next 1 hour. That's how we grew. Our fire may not be loud, but we saw someone who has it. And as we were sharing flames, something was sparking open. That's how we grew. We're not doing club, then come to church together. I'll go to club with you, then you come with my church. That won't help you. The coming of Jesus is soon. Darkness is not just covering the world, it's entering the church. And the devil is trying to move the button. And I tell you, on that day, many will cry and say they never told us the truth. But you hear it now. You need a strong community of faith that helps you to pray. You don't have a prayer life. Thank God for platform like PPC. At least get up in the morning, call Jesus. Rome wasn't built in a day. Is that okay now? The first 30 minutes, try. Before you know it, your body adjusts. Now you can stand 1 hour by yourself. I mean, look at what the children were saying this morning. How many children have seen their parents pray? How many have fathers who are priests? How many have mothers who are intercessors? You can't expect from them what you didn't deposit in them. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. It is the power of God unto salvation to them that believe. There is what a Christian needs to look like. It ought to come. Fire is a package of conversion. I'm saying again, fire is a package of what? Keep it to her. Fire is a package of what? You just keep burning. The woman at the well of Samaria wants to tell everyone, I have met Jesus. What kind did you meet? And your mouth is mute. Nowadays, people even stroll for altar call and stroll. And the packet of cigarettes is still in the pocket. He's not going to drop it. He will get outside and say, you know what? I gave my life to Christ there. It won't fall off by itself. You must count all things but dung. For the sake of Christ. Sit for a moment. Community of faith. Community of faith. If you're a believer who is trying to burn, look for someone who is also trying to burn, or someone who is burning. Iron sharpeneth iron. And then you